Hello there, friends. Thank you for being with me here today. My name is Harold, and here we are at the Warrior Philosopher channel. So I've been a little bit about what should I talk about. I've been going on pride, pride, pride. You know, as a practice of transmutation. Um, I'm going to keep doing the pride videos. There's a couple more of them coming out as a form of practicing the principle of polarity. Pride has been subverted completely. Pride is a virtue, or better said, the crown of all virtue, because for you to have pride, all the other virtues have to stand upon it. You have to be a special type of person, meaning honest, rational, productive, and all of that, a reflection of your values. But again, if your values are deceit, tyranny, violence, uh, coercion, subversion. Again, that reflects their values. But to stick to what I wanted to talk about, I want to talk about the war. The war! We're winning, guys. We're always winning. But we need more money. But we're saving Israel. But they've been defeated and decimated. And we've made Israel, America, great again. Um, if you follow my content, you've probably seen the other articles I've written about the war. And I used game theory to analyze the conflict and what was going on, the different players like Israel, Iran, Trump, Europe, Latin America, dun, 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 dun. And I did 3 articles, and I was going to keep going. And I'm keeping up with everything. And I get a lot of interesting feedback. The articles are very well done. Taking it on as a project has been as quite a learning experience because the production of my articles, like the research I put in, everything, super professional, super high level. But then I started thinking about, man, I'm contributing to the fucking psyops. How so? The real war of this time is is 5GW, fifth generation warfare. To give a quick overview, if you don't know what 5GW is, the current stage of where we're at with warfare is purely psychological by the control of memes, psychological operations, spiritual operations, if you will. And people are not fighting in the trenches, army to army, how they want us to think, oh, look, conventional warfare, the American army, land. Yeah, just like fucking Call of Duty, deploy. And they're going to defeat the conventional army on the other side. But America has the best forces, best training, and we have Raytheon and Halliburton and all this other shit. But anyways, I'm not going to get into that. The point is that this is a fugazi. The real conflict, the real spectrum of warfare is governments using psychological means through algorithms, censorship, thought control to pacify their citizens and control them and have them as tax cattle. And even the tax cattle thing is more just pure control because taxes don't fund the government at all. If you see President Bukele of El Salvador, I think it was a UN speech, or it was at CPAC. He came to the United States and spoke at CPAC, and he was talking about the Fed, and he was talking about how taxes are the illusion of government because they pretty much just print the money. The money could just come out of anywhere, and this is almost like just a psychological form of control to keep you, to remind you, hey, we run the show, because they could just print indefinite dollars. It's digital at this point. Even if you're saying, oh, fiat currency with paper money, but the paper money is symbolic at this point. It's all run by central banks. It's all usury. It's all a scam. It's all a cult, the cult of money. Um, to not to take it back and not drift off too much. But again, the principle of 5GW. So me talking about the warfare and analyzing it, and I have to admit, I'm using, as much as I'm analyzing the internet and the sentiment of people, but again, it's the bullshit news that they put out, and I'm trying to figure out the contradictions between this. And the psyops goes so deep. I feel like I said that like Christopher Walken. It goes so deep. The psyops, it goes so deep, guys, that Epstein and his lady, Ghislaine Maxwell, if these people even exist at all, these spirits, these elements, these creatures, were running they were inserting memes. So people like me who did the whole Kekistan, Pepe the Frog, Epstein, behind that too. So there's again, they control the narrative on all sides and try to control it and push it. So again, what I'm saying is like me talking about the fucking war, because I know it's just it's mind control, it's psyops. They're just manipulating the markets, making money, using fear. At the spiritual level, is using this fear to use this loosh for whatever entities that want this negative despair, fear energy from humans, and they're suffering. And everything that's happened around that with the inflation and the worry and people signing up for the military and thing. But again, stop the 5GW. Why is it me? It's like no point of me talking about it. Then it's like, wow, when has there ever been a situation of peace? And I was like, wow, right. Duh. Peace is impossible. Wow, what privilege. I am surrounded by my privilege. Only you need elite ball knowledge to get that meme. You are surrounded by your privilege. I saw an eagle today. It was amazing. White head, brown body. Amazing. I just saw it flying a couple hours ago. So excited about that. Anyways, so there's never been peace. All of our ancestors have grown up, have been in the struggle. We're struggling. Even when you're a regular person, getting in your car, commuting to work, going to the office, doing the thing that you did that you know is a surrogate activity, but you do it because you need money, because of the fake system you're already in. You're still struggling and fighting and battling against nature. Life is a struggle. There's always been war. I like to think of it Far Cry Primal. Our ancestor, everything was dangerous. Every bird, every feline, every canine, the plants. You don't know what plant is what's poisonous, what's not, right? Look where we're at, where we can live in relative peace. But again, when is there's always been warfare. At some place, somebody's, even, let's say in the United States. Well, this is a pretty peaceful town where I'm at. Let's say New York City. You see New York City and the NBA. Pandemonium. Chaos. Beefing. The guy who came in from Philly, he put in the Spurs shirt just to say that the Knicks fans are pussies. He came to fight. He came to throw hands. Basketball, he's like, nah, I came to fight. Everybody that put on a Spurs shirt in New York, they came to beef. They came to fight. The dudes who out there looking for them, who are jumping these people, I don't know what basketball is about, but I know there's some tribal stuff going on and people are fighting over this ball stuff. Europeans, violence over the ball, over goy ball. I say the word goy ball and certain people just appear in the wall of text. And up front, I'm going to tell you, I don't care what you have to think. Goy ball. Goy ball, goy ball, goy ball. Do you need elite ball knowledge for that one? All right. So yeah, like I have my cat. My cat, Dano Gato, he's been in these beefs. When he goes on the other side of that, he know he's waiting for a cat. He said, if he crosses that side, he invaded my territory on sight. On sight. I see them. Cats roll around, fall into the creek. They keep going to the death every day. Then I gotta come in, cure the cat. Boom, 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 boom. He's at it the next day. Well, not the next day when he's healed. It's the same thing. That beef never ends. You hear at night? Come out at night. Just with cats. These cats going to war. All sorts of reasons. This territory. You smelling like another cat. You're not supposed to be smelling. Wait a minute. The rooster. The rooster. Come on, like, you did that in my territory? Hold on. Wait, you can't. The other one, wait, what? That's it, to the death. Warfare. So it's the same with hood people. You've been hearing different gang warfare, people killing each other because why you step on my shoes, man? Pick a day in the news. The Carnival Cruise, a fight club. They should just call it the Carnival. Yeah, it's a boat fight club, because what are people all the time? Are they not fighting at this point on the Carnival Cruise? They're always fighting on the Carnival Cruise. But again, the point is that I'm trying to say, like, wow, the perfect peace is unachievable, and worrying about this is part of the psyop, and one just has to be blessed, and one can live in relative peace. And as I say, that the garden of peace is something that can only be benefited by the strong. The strong maintain it. If you're weak, you're easily preyed upon. Psyop to, like, just go to the military to go blow yourself up for corporations. So we made money on a great deal, guys. You know, you could just go die beefing over some gang shit. It's all out. Ever reference to the Warriors right there. Look at all. That's a film, but you get the idea of gang warfare. It happens every day, and again, this gang warfare could be disputes between the police and the various. Hey, we were trying to do this drug deal. You raided us, right? Internal conflicts in corporations. Look how little petty conflicts in the workplace could go to, that people are stressing each other out to the point of, like, people could shoot each other, shoot it out, murder, just hatred. That's warfare. Again, this whole Knicks thing, that's the one I wanted a good example over goy ball. These people, a lot of people came out to fight. They enjoyed it. They wanted to do it. And it's always been like this. And think about it. You think back when the Romans did some event, just like UFC, people were throwing. All right, UFC. People were going crazy outside the UFC event too. Yo, every time in a bar fight, right? Happens all the time. When the Romans somehow they figured out, we're gonna put in a boat, we're gonna fill in the Colosseum with water, we're going to give tribute to Poseidon, and we're going to reenact an ancient battle with ships and all that they did. And the people must have been going crazy outside the doors of the Colosseum. Again, the barbarians outside of Rome. And you should be grateful that you can sleep in peace and warmth under the comfort of the arms of Mother Rome. While the barbarians outside, cannibals, heathens, atheists. They call the Jews atheists because they didn't see the world that they did. Because the Greeks, even the Egyptians, with their multiple gods, they're like, oh, you believe the same thing we do, but you have a different name for it. But yeah, I'm drifting too much. I don't want to get, that'd be an interesting historical topic to talk about. But again, the whole thing I'm trying to point out about the war, when has there ever been peace in your personal life? Or again, or even the history of all of our ancestors, there's always been some conflict, some beef, and even the most peaceful place, you cross that corner, that's not good. It's gonna be bad, my nigga. It's gonna be. I had to do the Dustin Poirier, guys, and free speech. I say whatever I want. All right, excuse me. It's gonna be bad, guys. It's gonna be bad. So, yeah, I'm like, it's just a really interesting thing to be like, man, focusing on the war like that, hearing this, part of the PSYOPs, part of 5GW. And I think that's what I should focus the next month on. All 5GW. And bringing it back to peace. And then talking about different warfare too. I've written before in the past on the belief that different civilizations had when it came to war and conflict, and the religious aspect of war, like war deities and why they engage in it and the rituals behind it. So that's really interesting to explore, you know, and if you guys like that, let me know in the comments. That way I know people are watching. But yeah, fuck this war stuff. There's always going to be beef. Every species is dealing with it. That day your cat, boom, 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 he get killed by another cat. He's like, that day I came out for it. The gorilla. You know how the gorilla is? A gorilla sees another gorilla, and he knows it's all, either like today I could go take everything. I'm going to take him, his bitches, his land, his bananas. That's it. I'm out. That's the energy when they're willing to fight. And they're not, they don't want to fight. They're that whole narrative, man. Got my family here. I got bananas. I got water. Nah, I'm not fighting that dude today. Yeah, we good. So again, potential warfare all the time. Be strong. Notice it. Don't get caught by the psyops like me. I'm not going to be talking about the war the same way. It's all part of 5GW. We're going to explore that more. Let me know what you think. Harold here with the Warrior Philosopher, trying to provide insightful things to you guys so you can have your cognitive sovereignty. I encourage you to maintain your physical sovereignty. And if you need help with that, I have the Warrior Pillar cohort. That's a one-on-one training that I do. You train with me one-on-one. You're part of my internal community. We're networking, working together. And also we have a group call once a week. And of course, you're learning martial arts from me. Real fitness, real cognitive sovereignty. If you just want an intro, quick help that you can get for free, check out my free fear transmutation manual. Transform your fear into power. That's going to be linked downstairs. Just check out the link, put in your email, and it redirects you directly to the page. And that way we can stay in contact. All right, guys. So Harold here at the Warrior Philosopher channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing evening, afternoon, day, week, whatever the time that you're at. Os.